big hello and a very warm welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow Season 8 with me, Sonali Krishna. Today the spotlight is on a mentoring platform for MSMEs that has been launched in the last week of July. It's been done by Muthoot Fincorp in collaboration with Inktalks. And today to talk about this advisory and mentoring platform, I have with me Thomas John Muthoot, the Chairman and Managing Director of Muthoot Fincorp, and Lakshmi Pratury, the founder and CEO of Inktalks. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Truly a pleasure having you on Leaders of Tomorrow. So let me first start by this entire trigger of launching a mentoring platform of sorts for MSMEs. How did that, the genesis of that idea come through?
So, Restart India has been a joint initiative conceived by Muthoot Fincorp and Inktalks. And why this, the advisory ecosystem that we have created, the reason was that 3 weeks into the lockdown, we have been in touch with our customers. So if you ask us, who are our customers, we bring in the informal small customers into the mainstream financial system. So today we have around 5 million live customers who have been brought in from the informal to the mainstream. And every year we add almost 1.5 million informal customers into our financial system. So these are the nano, micro retailers and the MSMEs. And these customers were, during the lockdown, most of them were not operating, and many of them who were in the essentials were functioning. So during the third week of the lockdown, we started contacting these customers to understand what is their plan post the lockdown. And we found that many of these customers needed more working capital to restart their business. And also they needed guidance and advices to get into the post-COVID or the new normal, what we call. So we found that this was something which was needed at this point of time. So we brought in Inktalks, who are the leaders in the innovation ecosystem, and also they look at accelerating ideas. So that is how we both, Inktalks and Muthoot Fincorp, came together to start this advisory ecosystem.
I want to say in this new economy, this is how things are going to happen. No one of us is going to be able to do it all. We have known Johnny and Muthoot Fincorp for almost a decade. They've been a big part of Ink ecosystem, etc. So when they had an idea and we have been wanting to do something, we just came together, and literally within 2 weeks, we are able to launch something that would have taken each of us months to figure it out. So we are very complementary to each other. Muthoot Fincorp is a very, very trusted source, and they have already, as Johnny was talking, over 5 million customers. And we have an interest in creating an innovation ecosystem all the way to the bottom of the pyramid. So we thought if we came together and launched this, where mentor network is step one, if we can create something where these people can have any questions, if they can come to one place to get all answers and also get access to resources. A lot of times people have resources available to them that they don't even know exist. So that's the purpose. Because we both came together with very complementary skill sets, we could accelerate the process much faster and actually launch it and then keep on improving it.
What is your sense in terms of what are the MSMEs feeling? They are definitely feeling the heat. We all know that. They are the most impacted sector. and several of them are bleeding, several have shut down, and this is the reality, and this has been well documented as well. Given the situation, given that both of you have launched a mentoring platform, my question to you is, what is the kind of anxiety and stress levels that you are witnessing currently, within the MSME sector, in terms of their sheer state of well-being, fitness or non-fitness?
So if I have to just put three of their bigger anxieties or worries, one would be funding requirements, whether it is a small or a medium, they need funding to restart their business. Second is how they can control costs, because they have been during this 4 months during the lockdown, they had a lot of expenses, whether it is the utilities or maybe to maintain a bit of their staff. So they had expenses. So how to cover up those expenses? And the third thing is on when can we expect demand to come back? So these are the three major anxieties or worries for these segment of customers.
A lot of the questions, like as Johnny was saying, are about really the first thing of how do I stay afloat? How do I stay in business to be able to catch up when things open up?
Fair enough. Fair point, Lakshmi. And how are you looking to, let's say, address all these rather fundamental queries that are required to be addressed for them to make that transition to somewhat remain afloat, to make that pivot into, let's say, digitizing their business? How do you foresee this hand-holding process in terms of actually getting them to become, savvier? But also, would you say that it's also a mindset challenge, because a lot of these micro players are not, educated enough to understand the nuances that require the change? Or do you think they've been quick to act and quick to change?
In this sector, we find the most resilient people. They are not afraid at all. If we tell them that, hey, this is what will get you to the next place, they will learn anything. So there is not a fear of technology per se. There hasn't been an understanding of the utility of technology. Once they understand the utility, they are all on board. So, actually, Johnny has an experience where some of these numbers have increased. So I'll let Johnny answer. But I just wanted to say that as a sector, this is the least fearful sector. They're totally fearless and they're very resilient.
I think everybody has now understood that the technology is going to be the key player in their business, and wherever possible, they'll have to adopt technology and bring those changes in how they do business. So this is exactly where we would come in to guide them, to give them all the help. And in this website, we'll have two sets of panels. The first level of panel members would react immediately to their queries. And there is a second level of industry experts who would come to their help or guidance or mentoring if the need is going to be bigger for these segment of customers.
Tell me the process. So let's say there are players who want to reach out and get some mentoring, some advice from experts on the platform available. How do you navigate through this process?
We made it very, very easy on the website. So you come in, you type in your question, and we get it in the back end. And then whatever we can answer right away, we answer right away. A lot of them are just simple questions for which we can send an answer saying, check this out here, or this is what you need to do, etc. And then we have a set of experts. As Johnny was saying, we have 3 levels of experts. Somebody who's got a functional knowledge that you can help. And then there are people who are really thought leaders in each of these areas. So right now our focus is on getting the questions and getting them answers. And they get a WhatsApp notification or whatever, right? When we give the answer, they get a notification. So we are right now, cleaning up a very clean answering process. Like on the website, there are all the questions that have been asked in the past are there. So you can go look at what have some of the answers been. As of now, it's only in English, and we are working on getting it in other languages as well. As we said, it's only less than 2 weeks since we launched this. So we made it very easy to ask questions and get answers as quickly as possible right now. And we've also listed some schemes right now, whatever is available from Muthoot Fincorp, from the government, from other sources, whatever we know is available for them, it's posted there with details on how to access it. So, in the next few days and weeks, we'll be adding more such services, etc., that will make it easy for them to become digitally educated.
Thomas, if you could throw some light on what are these schemes that, let's say, Muthoot has specifically designed for the sector?
So in the third week of the lockdown, when we were contacting the customers, we found that many of these customers wanted more funding for restarting their business. So we came out with a scheme wherein they don't have to pay up their earlier loan arrears. They could take a fresh loan, and they can restart their business, and they could pay back the first loan at extended period of time, and the second loan which they have taken could be repaid whenever they find enough cash flow. That was one product. And the second product was on the need for these customers to buy laptops, for households to buy laptops, for the small business families to buy laptops. We came out with a very good product for these customers to get into, because most of their children were doing online courses. So we found that that was another need, and immediately we came out with a product for laptops. And these are the two products which we have come out, and there has been good response. First product, which known as the Ashwas gold loan, which the offtake was almost 750 crores in 2 months, and in the first 4 months we have disbursed almost 10,000 crores in the other products.
I see. Just to ask you a question basis, Kantar's latest findings when they've done an intensive survey on how MSMEs have been coping in the pandemic and during the lockdown. Some of the key findings that they came with, and I want to put this to both of you so that you can tell me if this is the similar kind of concerns, questions you're also getting on the portal, is that most of them are unaware of the government's relief scheme. And even the ones that are aware of it are hesitant to actually, avail the scheme. Would you say that that is an accurate insight and finding?
To an extent, that was a fact. But now most of the banks, both the PSU banks and the private banks, have been proactively calling the customers, thanks to the follow-up from the finance minister. I understand she has a weekly review with banks and the NBFCs and the private banks to understand how much of disbursement has been there in the emergency credit guarantee scheme. So I think with that push, I think now a lot of money has come into the market, and a lot of money has been availed by the MSMEs that is going to benefit them at this point of time.
See, I think, Sonali, there are two things. One is there are MSMEs that are registered, and there are, and only at probably 20-25% of MSMEs that are out there are actually registered. And there are many that are not even registered. So they don't even know of these schemes. So just educating them on what's available is going to be a huge task, So, but the good thing is once they know, their ability to execute is also very fast because, as I said, it's a very, very resilient sector. So I think a lot of them don't know such schemes exist. And when they do, their action is quite quick.
Right. Oh, how are you, handling your own outreach program for people to be educated that such a, mentoring platform and an advisory platform is available? What is your outreach program?
So let me do three categories, and I'd like Johnny to talk about what they're doing, which is actually quite a bit. Is one is reaching through people who already have MSMEs, such as Muthoot Fincorp. They already have 5 million people, so they can make calls, they can send SMSs. There's a lots of things they can do. And secondly, there are people who have services that they give to MSMEs. For example, there are companies that will help with getting people on digital, getting people to answer calls. And there are businesses like Now Floats is a company, for example, in Hyderabad. They are just focused on. They have an app, and they are focused on making an SME digitally savvy in as few steps as possible. So there are other businesses that cater to small businesses. We are working with them to say how do you spread it. And thirdly, our own campaign, Restart India campaign itself, we are planning a lot of social media campaign, WhatsApp campaigns, etc., to just people be aware of here there's a place, come and see, ask your questions and see what's available.
See, for us in Muthoot Fincorp, we have got 3,600 branches across India, and we cater to almost a lakh of customers every day, more than a lakh of customers. So the ability to reach out to these customers and to do simple surveys among these customers is a big strength for us. And the simple SMSs which we can send to these customers, reaching out to them saying that these kind of facilities are available, and this is where you should uh, come for information, and a lot of word of mouth also would be there from our network of customers.
Is there a charge for this mentoring platform?
There's absolutely no charge. It's absolutely free.
Yeah, it's our social act to just make this available for everybody, and to come ask any question, to get an answer, to understand any of the schemes that's available. It's totally open, totally free, not just for our customers, not just for current Muthoot Fincorp customers. It's open to everyone. So that's why we are reaching to other businesses, other banks, other people, and saying, hey, this is available for anybody to come and ask questions. And we are also telling the SMEs, tell your friends, anybody who wants to ask, feel free to ask. So we want to make this as a total service offering.
That's great. So then, Thomas, if this is, an altruistic offering, would you then be open to also looking at other players such as yourselves also coming on board so that, this becomes an industry forum and not just something that the flag holder being Muthoot?
See, with Ink also coming in and Muthoot also there, it's a platform that is now for the industry. There's a lot of platforms, industry platforms are there. The FICCI is there, CI is there. There's a lot of such platforms are available out. So I think at this stage we have not thought about it.
What is the big benefit for Muthoot to do this?
When we thought about this, the Restart India, it's more to bring a positivity within the people when there is a lot of gloom in the society today. When we hear about the lockdown, how it's going to affect MSMEs, how it's going to affect the economy. So when there was a lot of doom and gloom in the society, we thought this would also bring a lot of positivity into these at this point of time.
What are the kind of experts you have on this portal for people to utilize?
See, we have looked at some of the sectors. You know, we have agri, we have education, we have health. So we looked at certain sectors and said, who are the people we can bring from the food industry? Who are the people we can bring from the medical industry? Like, for example, we have a Sangeeta Reddy from Apollo. We have PC Mustafa from ID Foods. We have Ashni Biani from the retail side. So what we said is that the mentors that we have are people, not just themselves, they have whole organizations that are open to helping. So we have very, very well-known people like that. And then we have people who are on our teams who are actually doing the answering, etc. So we have the whole range of, if I have something to do with health, are there any health schemes? I mean, like, for example, we are talking to various health initiatives to say what is available for, the MSME sector, meaning people in that economic range, what kind of insurance policies are available, what kind of schemes are available, which we'll be over time listing all of them. So we have very well-known people like that who are at the top of their industry. And we also have people who are every day writing answers. So just these are the three examples of people that we have.
The nano micro retailers and the MSME is the largest employer in the country today after agri sector. So I think there is a huge potential if we can handhold these customers. I think with the dream of taking the economy to the 5 trillion by 24-25, I think the MSMEs is going to play a great role, and they contribute almost 31% to the GDP, and by 24-25 the aim is to take it to 50%. So there is much we can do for this sector, and we hope this sector will bounce back. I'm sure this is a passing phase now, and we will see good days.
Thank you for your optimism, Mr. Thomas. I do hope that in years to come, this is actually true. However, right now, the on-ground reality is rather bleak. But on that note, thank you, both of you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your insights, and all the very best with your Restart India initiative. Hopefully, it will help and empower a lot more MSMEs who are struggling and cannot see the end of the tunnel. Thank you so much.